Welcome to Retro Sports Gamer Channel. I'm Tim Kitzrow from NBA Jam and Mutant Football League, NFL Blitz, and a few other games. Boom shakalaka! Kaboom! Let's go!
Welcome back. Tonight we have some Retro Sports League action, and I'm playing against my brother, Lumberjack Cracks. What's up, Matt?
Not a lot. Came off of work and tried real hard to get here so that I could make it before you passed out from all the late nights that you've been doing. You've been taking over what I do, where I'm late night with Lumberjack Cracks. And now apparently you're just the late night fellow during Christmas break.
Late night with RSG. What's up, Infamous Smoke? What's up, Deontay Jenkins in the chats? Where did Detroit basketball come from? One night we were playing basketball classics.
Wrong. It was not that night.
All right.
It was actually the night that we had the NHL 94 tournament first at Demon Tap. Off mic, I was playing Sean with the Red Wings versus the Blackhawks. And I have a running thing in every hockey game that I play with Sean. I always say that I have to be the Red Wings because he's a diehard Blackhawks fan.
Okay.
But I was really drunk, so I just kept yelling that throughout the entire game. So the stream was hearing that, and they kept chatting about me in the background doing that. So then when we played basketball classics, that's when I started doing it again.
So you heard it here first. That's where the Detroit basketball comes from. Matt gets drunk and says it when he's playing hockey games. So Infamous Smoke, he wants the copy of Double Dribble. So
I'm trying to figure out what the high pitch is.
yeah, we got some high pitch going on here. I don't know either. But we got so he wants everyone to sign his copy of Double Dribble. So we're playing NBA Live 2001. It might just be the TV.
Oh boy. That's a good sound.
Oh yeah. So Enter Zone is back. Enter Zone is back.
Enter the Zone.
We're not going to be
Best
losing
80s
tonight.
movie of all time.
So the running theme is, which is better, the PS1 or the PS2 version? This was during the transition of the first game on PS2 was NBA Live 2001, and then we're going to be playing Gameday 2001 after that, which I streamed both of these recently on the channel, so you'll have to tell me which one you think is actually better, the PlayStation version or the PlayStation 2 version. This one looks like it has a Michael Jordan one-on-one mode, which I didn't know about. It also has the classic NBA Live orchestra music. So we're going to play an exhibition.
I could probably listen to these songs just forever.
We'll play on All-Star.
If they were the only songs that I could listen to for the rest of my life, I think I could deal with it.
5 minutes simulation. 2,000 rosters. What's up, Antonio? I do own a Madden PS1 game, and it is Madden 2005, the last version on there, so I'll have to get to that one eventually. You gotta beat Jordan one-on-one to unlock them. That's cool. Alright, so let's choose our teams here. We'll go with the Raptors.
Wow, I'm so surprised that you're going with the Raptors.
Hey, we gotta get Vince Carter in there. It's one of the few guys, probably maybe the only guy left in the league from this game as well, even though it's a game from 2000.
2001, the Bulls are terrible, right?
I'm just blasting the TV.
It worked. It stopped. Oh, it started again. I don't know if that's picking up on Mike, but I can learn to ignore it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go with the Sonics, I guess.
Sonics?
I don't know who else.
Sonics at home.
I don't know who else to beat, Tom. When was Showtime? that around this time?
Showtime what?
Oh, that was like
Showtime Lakers?
99.
I updated NBA Live 19 and I did not see Carmelo Anthony on my team. I just played with Portland against Shell Bay and was working them. And then I paused the game to let this guy in and it disconnected magically. So I don't know what's up with that.
I'm gonna be Seattle.
Hassan Whiteside was killing it.
Change the logos.
So he's got the new Supersonics logo. Actually, they got a newer one after this as well.
They did, and then they weren't a team anymore.
OSU Rocks 24. What's up? He says the PS2 version is better because it has more 3D or fine.
Change the logos, Tom.
Like more realistic movement. Well, I unplugged the wrong thing.
You unplugged the mouse?
Yeah. Well, I'll let you know what I think after I play this version. I already have an idea of what I'm going to say, but I have to play this version first because honestly, I never played it.
I have a basic idea what you're going to say too, and so far this presentation reminds me a lot of Live 98, Live 99. Played both of those games. I think what looks better is the faces are a little more accurate to who they are.
Here we go.
Let's hit pause. You asked me to put the logos in.
I just won the tip-off.
What's up, Brock,
Tom.
without a K?
You think you can't handle it if I win the tip-off real quick?
This guy's cheating already.
You're getting scared. I like it.
Sonics, Raptors. Yeah, this is the first time playing this version. I had it on PS2, so I didn't have a reason to go to this one. So this is the first time. And if you have Shaq and Kobe, it's always showtime, says Infamous Smoke. All right, so let's get to it. Player models are bigger than other PS1 NBA Lives.
I mean, they have a more realistic defending too, I think.
Where's Grant? And Rashard Lewis just walks out of bounds. Deontay Jenkins, you got to take care of that, man.
Lobs it to Christie. To Carter.
Why am I switching buttons?
Lobs it
Carter throws it into Antonio Davis. How much does a blitz cabinet go for? I would say by itself, a blitz cabinet is about $650 to $800. That's a good price. Blitz Showtime now these days, I would say at least $1,000. People will try to sell it for more though, but I think that's pretty much what it's worth.
Barry!
Barry.
Great position on the low block that time.
Wow, trying to cherry pick.
I actually just pressed X to look at the chat and he threw it all the way down the court.
I also had to watch him run all the way down the court. My boy, Brent Barry, in the paint.
Hot. Brent Barry for 2.
Didn't he win the dunk contest one year?
Oh, Vince hanging on the rim.
With a huge jam.
I would, yeah, he did win the dunk contest. He dunked from the free throw line.
Damn. That's a true
That pretty
jammer.
much shocked everyone.
The white guy with hops.
White guy playing for the Clippers goes to the dunk contest and dunks from the free throw
Oh
line.
god, it's Horace Grant. Should not have taken that shot.
Grant comes up empty.
So far, I'm loving it. I'm winning.
The Sonics 6.
Oh,
The Raptors
Vince.
4. Finger roll.
Arcade One, they would have to get the NFL Blitz license. I've yet to see Arcade One Up come out with any sports game yet. It was teased that they were going to have NBA Jam, but that didn't happen. Deontay says LJC looks like Brent Barry.
It's a compliment. He's a fairly looking good gent. I appreciate that, Deontay.
Where are you from? Who talks like that?
Who?
You.
Me?
Fairly looking good gent?
Yeah.
Yes, Matt is my son. No, he's my brother.
You had me when you were 6 years old.
I'm gonna make him my son in this game, though.
Oh, I'm not gonna call you daddy. Your name's not Steph Curry. I'm gonna post up on you.
You just gotta figure it out.
You can't tell me how to post up.
I honestly don't know.
The Raptors got to do a better job.
I didn't look at the instruction manual. I just put it in.
Brent Barry.
These weren't really post-up type of games.
My goodness.
But the post-up game is my whole thing in 2K.
The Raptors 8.
Well, I could sit. Oh man.
Yes.
Right out of bounds.
Let's get it.
King Kong Dong Slong. That's the alternate costume.
You talking about Donkey Slong over here? Oh,
Gary Payton.
Star player.
You could use the analog in this, which is nice.
Oh, I did not know that.
Illegal defense.
Yeah, you didn't see what you were doing?
Basketball games don't age well compared to football games. I would say, yeah, simulation-wise, it's pretty true. So far, the defense is a little bit more crisp in this game than like a live 98.
I don't know how to take defensive stance. Oh, it's R2. Got it.
I've been pressing R2 and it's not really working.
You gotta hold it. They like take a second to get into the pose.
Nope.
Big time offensive rebounds like that are what this team expects from him. Those are the type
See?
of
Oh,
defensive
yeah.
boards I expect to see from him
It's a
all
delay.
game long.
It's weird. Shouldn't happen.
No.
But it does.
To Barry.
Brent Barry! Yes!
Showing off his dunk.
Slamming it home. Let's watch that replay. That was a hot one.
That was a good one.
Wow. Can't believe you haven't brought this game up before. I love it.
Well, you're winning right now. We'll see if you can
Dishes it to Jackson.
keep
Back to
this up.
Davis.
What is going on?
Jackson takes the feed.
If there's one thing I'm good at, Tom, it's keeping it up.
Lobs it to Christie.
1 minute left in the first quarter.
Looks at 3.
Good defense.
Baker takes the board.
Oh, oh, oh! I've hacked.
Brett
this
Berry
game.
domination has to stop right now.
Christie
I
at
can't
the
believe I
baseline.
just took.
Doug Christie can't shoot.
Look at this squad: Vin Baker,
Vin
Horace
Baker.
Grant.
Grant
This looks
in
like
the
a
paint.
fantasy team.
Goes up with the shot.
Sonics on a 9-0 run.
Sonics are in a groove right now.
Can't
So Brock
stop
without a
this.
K saying he grew up on NBA in
Carter
the Zone
drives
98
inside.
on N64.
Off target.
That's
Takes
one
the
that I've
ball.
never played and haven't seen. Have you ever had experience with that one time?
No, that I say that is the one series that I really just didn't play any of. So I have to get into it.
Raptors ball.
What's up, Eli the Wolf? Tough first quarter there.
I thought it was a great quarter. I'm so happy about this game.
At the end of the first, Seattle leads Toronto 15.
So that was Olden Polonice's life, huh?
Here are the
I can't be
stats from
stopped.
the first quarter. It's
All right, let's
time.
look at the rosters real quick. These guys are a little. Oh, we got to get Dell in there.
Wow. You got Dell sitting on the bench. You got Michael Jackson at point guard.
Mark Jackson, not Michael Jackson.
Why didn't you throw Bogues in at point guard?
I did.
Oh. Well, it says he's a small forward. Oh, no, it doesn't. I can't read.
And real quick, gotta turn off those auto subs for me.
Leave him on for me.
I know you need them on there.
I just, that's an
Did you
element
see?
of...
I did not see you play NBA Starting 5. I saw you playing the ESPN hockey game. See if Bogues can bring a new tenacity
This
to this
is
offense.
the actual size of Bogues. Look at how fucking small he is.
Now select is still called pick.
Bogues drives
Yes!
into the paint.
Where's
Batted
Grant?
away by Grant. Passes off to Barry.
Oh,
Barry getting carried away with it.
I was trying to run through you, and apparently if you try to do the crossover, it won't run through other players. It'll just send you out of bounds.
Antonio's saying that there's a live 2003 on PS1 as well.
Curry
There it
fires.
is.
Oh, yes.
Wardell Curry.
The Sonics 15, the Raptors 11.
Derek Mason, big dunker, or Desmond Mason.
Who's the guy off screen? Oh, it's Brent Barry.
Barry gets
The
run.
boy. Just foul.
No, get that out of here.
He had the hand on the
That looked like a glitch. Yeah, ESPN National Hockey Night on PS2. What's up, Kayvon Dirks? So, the running theme of this is Del Curry get. Oh, he's wide open. Is what do you think's better, the PS1 version or the PS2? We have to take gameplay into consideration.
Shit. This is what happens when you don't use icon passing.
Willis
I
gets
never
the
used
pass
icon passing.
to Carter.
Well,
Carter.
don't you have just
Passes
the
off
biggest...
to Willis. Oakley in the post. Unloads a three. Comes up empty. Bounces it to Willis.
I realize I'm
Curry
probably
goes
talking
for
a
the
little too
deep
quiet when I talk
15-14.
right across, but nobody
Shot.
needs to hear that.
Seattle 15, Toronto.
Oh, on Genesis.
Williams on the
Who's
left
this
side.
Williams scrub?
Blocked by Curry.
The Sonics always had a few busters on their bench.
Grant is just not himself. That's usually his bread and butter.
Come on, you gotta
Carter
dunk on
drives
this
into
guy.
the paint.
It's time to bring out Air
Touch
Canada.
shot.
Brent Barry, not in the game, not a fan of
Williams
that.
on the left side. Unloads a three.
This team is
Raptors
counting on
coming
him to knock
back.
down that shot.
Sonics can't buy a bucket.
Seattle.
Good. Did they just take Peyton out?
So I played NBA Live 96 on PlayStation, which is how the series started off. And
Carter
there we
on the
go.
left
That's what I
side.
expect out of Vince
With the
Carter,
jam.
dunking on some people. And I was going to do,
Really
I
attacked
did a
the rim that
playoff
time.
run with the Orlando Magic. And I won the first game, but second game, Del Curry on the Hornets just torched me. Get NHL 2K3. It's the same thing except better gameplay. Just like that, I'm back in the lead against Matt.
Grant gets the ball.
Horace Grant with the lay-in.
Window.
That was the
Really
NBA
took it
Jam
hard to do there.
That's not replay
halftime
worthy.
screen.
Come on.
I thought he
skip
was
this.
gonna dunk, and then he just did fundamental off the backboard layup. The only reason that the replays aren't annoying me right now is because it's time to read the chat and also drink a beer.
Curry puts up the tray.
It would be
Willis
great
just
if
didn't
he
want
could
to chase
come
that
in
one
with offensive
down.
rebounds like that down.
Substitution. Seattle.
Yeah, when it comes to sports games, most of them are all cheap. So it's not too bad to replace any of them.
Oh, why am I not controlling him?
There's probably a button to play off the ball.
Lobs it to Williams.
I think it's Shaman Williams.
Takes the shot. Rims out.
If he can't knock down
Gets the
that
board,
shot,
puts
this
it
team
back.
will struggle tonight.
I think you're right.
Carter with the
Carter drives
one-handed
inside.
floater.
You sound like he actually scored. He didn't do
Gives
anything.
it off to McCoy.
Oh yeah,
Got it.
McCoy
Ah, he
stroking
was
it.
jamming it
The
in there.
real McCoy here. I don't know if you're gonna be able to come back, Tom.
Curry
Raptors
gets
just
the
Already
don't
shot.
came
look like
back
they-
once.
Got
they
it.
don't have the
He's
gusto.
shooting 50% from the field.
Yeah, but I got Brent Barry on the bench, just getting ready to dominate you.
Sends it to Mason.
Get it, Bogues.
Stolen. Carter gets the rock. He comes away with it.
Steals it right back. Charles Oakley.
In the second quarter.
Oof. What is steal?
Out of bounds. Seattle
Is it square?
I don't get too into golf games. I gotta be 100% honest with you.
Best golf games: Mario Golf, Hot Shots Golf.
Goes up
Those
for
are the best
shot.
golf
Oh,
games.
yes.
Or as known in Japan, everybody's golf. Jason actually asked me to bring my PS4 to Christmas
Fakes
Eve
it.
so that he could bring
Willis
Hot
goes
Shots
up.
Golf to show everybody a good sports game.
Lobs it to Carter. He
So
shoots.
Jace is the
Got it.
one
He's shooting
who gets to
50% from the
determine what a
field.
good sports game is now. I don't think so.
Those were his words, Tom, not
Lobs
mine.
it to McCoy. Got
I've
it.
never played
What's up, Adam? How's it going?
Right now.
the version of the game he was trying to bring.
Up for the lay-in.
There's some really bad Tiger Woods golf games on the PS1 that I was watching Sean play the other day.
I'm thinking like
To Lewis.
the PlayStation Move golf game's got to be pretty
Lewis
good.
buries the shot. Shot clock
Adam's
is
rooting
dead.
for the Sonics.
With the
I mean, the
layup.
one issue that I have with
got-
that. Oh, I gotta drink a beer, Tom.
You gotta wait till halftime.
Oh my god.
This isn't a football game. You can't just take a drink every play.
I can't wait for game day because that means I can just drink the whole game. I'll be sitting on the win of this game.
This is
and
crazy, all
Tips
these
it
in.
points.
Let's see that again.
I'm excited to see what the XFL's all about. Kayvon Dirk saying he had Mario Golf on N64. NFL 2K5, a little bit more expensive.
So I bought the Japanese version
Oh,
of Mario
what's up,
Golf on the
rare?
64 because the American version is a little unnecessarily expensive. But for the XFL, with that,
At
my
halftime,
pipe
the
dream
Sonics
there
are
is for
ahead 29
the XFL to
24.
get somebody to do a blitz game because it's perfect. It's like the thing that you would want to represent a
Let's
wrestling
take a look
football
at the stats
league.
from the second quarter.
Digital dreams.
Here are some
You
of
gotta
the
get
key
the Mutant
players
Football
from the
League guys
first
to make
half.
it.
That would also be another good person to do that.
I mean, they already got the game engine in there. They just need to switch it over to. Let's get these subs in.
But there's still issues that I have with that game that make it not good as good as Blitz, and it mostly has to do with the transitioning in between plays. It's not as fast as an arcade style football game should be. Tecmo is probably the best. Tecmo and Blitz are the best examples of how fast it should be
Jake,
in between plays.
Yeah, Jake 888 saying XFL Super High Impact Football.
High Impact would be cool too,
Jackson
but I mean
takes
that's
the
basically
feed.
just
Davis
Midway
drives into the paint.
with their
Davis
earlier
gets the
iteration.
shot.
How do you compare gameplay NBA Live 2005? I know it's not realistic. When you sit down franchise.
Gives it off to Grant.
Oh man, I just gave up a layup reading that one. XFL 2K Live 2001 soundtrack.
Don't sound so upset, Tom.
Carter drives into the
come
paint.
on, Vince.
Comes up empty. That's 4 points for the second-year player.
Oof.
In and out.
It's only right you missed
Ripping them
that.
down on the defensive glass is something this team has got to keep doing tonight, Don.
Gives it
Come
off
on.
to Christie. For
There we
three.
go.
Got it.
3-point. Trivecta.
Brent Berry.
Fades.
Barry
Showing
puts up
off.
the J.
The Sonics need to execute better on offense out there, Don.
Carter
Oh,
drives
that's a
lane.
replay
Carter
worthy.
with a two-handed jam.
Let's see Vince Carter dunk on everybody.
Is this the first free throw of the game too?
I don't know if you could play franchise
Carter
in this.
to the line for one.
But I will say this right now. I think this game is better than the PS2 version. And let me tell you why. It has nothing to do with the graphics. The graphics really aren't that good on the PS2 version, but they're much better than this. But in that game, it has a serious issue with going into any layup or dunk animation. It's really hard to score, and shooting's a pain as well. This game plays way better.
He's filling them up, Bob.
Well, this is an established game engine, and they probably rushed that to get out.
Takes the shot.
They wanted it
No.
early for the
Need to do a better job
PS2's
of breaking
launch,
down this
and they
defense,
just
move
weren't
the
able to
ball
make
around,
something
and
that
make
was
the defense
a
guard.
good product.
Dishes it to Peyton. Barry
Fuck,
in
I
the
hit
post.
X instead.
Picks the
I
pocket.
think the only reason I could bear with that game is it just looks so much better than this. But that being said, I went back and played, and I could not believe like how bad it actually was. Because you know how it is with these sports games. You just move on to the next year and you forget about what the last one was like.
Carter drives inside.
Tie
puts
game.
It off the window. He's 8 for 13 from the field.
Eli saying NHL 10 was a broken game.
Lobs it to Barry. To Peyton. Peyton goes behind his back.
Peyton
Puts up the
trying to
shot.
do everything.
Are missing some easy shots inside.
Oakley receives
I
the pass.
like that they
Christie
don't
handles the
charge,
feed.
but
Oakley
it's also
receives the
really
ball.
hard to get
Davis
around the
in the
defense.
paint. Jackson
Mark
drives to the
Jackson puts
paint,
his first
lays
2 on
it
the
in.
board.
Like, I remember in Live 98, if you touched a guy while you were running at full speed,
Let's rewind.
he
Yeah.
would go flying.
Really took it
That's
hard
what I'm
to do
saying.
there.
Like, you could still hit circle to do the push in this. But, yeah, you don't just, like, run into guys and have them go flying. So they tweak that in the gameplay. Rain Man Hank is not on the Sonics. He's on the Cavs in this, I believe.
Dishes it to Barry.
That is a good point, Matt, because in Live 98,
Shakes his
if you
defender.
run into a
He
guy
puts
hitting
up the
turbo, they
jumper.
just do the push animation and send them flying.
And I think that's why we mostly played that game in arcade when we played for fun. Because it turned off all the fouls, so you just treated it like it was NBA Jam
Christie
in
fires
3D.
it.
Doug
He's
Christie.
buried.
Blast people.
OSU rocks. I got someone rooting for me. They know I'm on a losing streak after winning in
Passes off to
Joe
Grant.
Montana 2 football.
That was your last win?
Gives it off to Baker.
Yeah, yesterday.
Lobs
Had some
it to Barry.
heartbreakers.
From beyond
I mean,
the
I was
arc.
watching,
Oh,
but
yes.
I just
He's
can't
3
believe it
for
was
4
Joe
from
Montana.
beyond the arc.
The PS2 version got delayed.
To Oakley.
That I don't remember.
To Oakley.
I guess I wasn't anticipating it that much.
To Christie. He'll
I
shoot.
vaguely remember
No
that.
good.
Out of bounds.
Christie's open, so I'm shooting. Yeah, I mean, the PS2 version looks so much better. But if you compare how bad the Maddens looked on PlayStation 1 to what it was on PS2, even on the first version, Madden 2001, it's just incredible the difference in the
Oakley with
graphics.
the steal.
The Sonics have been making poor
Get
decisions out there,
Chokley
Don.
out of here.
To Carter. Jackson puts up the shot.
Oh, Oakley.
grabs the offensive
Oh
board.
my goodness.
Off the mark. Lewis now has 6
That's my
rebounds.
boy.
Oakley's not playing well.
Goes up. Gets the
And
rebound.
we're back to tied.
Baker with the putback.
Nice tip.
Rock with the Case sad Live 20 got scrapped. The only good thing about that is Live 19, they're updating the rosters.
The thing that I always find hilarious about that is one of the games that's scrapped, and it's like, oh, we're gonna give you
Vince,
the roster
don't
update
poke.
for the next
No
season.
time.
And it's like, I know you could just make these games a service.
Definitely in a
Why
zone
don't you
right
just
now.
do that
He
at this point?
completely abused the
Just
score
make
rim
a
there.
good engine, make it a service, charge me a certain amount of money, and every year we get a roster update. Don't sell me a whole new game.
They could change the business model eventually, but right now they're sticking with the annual sports titles.
It just doesn't make sense to me. The one thing I'll say is, like, 2K at least puts out this, like, grandiose story every year.
Peyton takes the pass.
Yeah. Which me personally I don't care about,
To
but
Grant.
it is cool for people who like to play through that storyline.
Goes up. Grabs the
Killing me
ball.
on the offensive
Tips it in.
rebounds.
I just got a better team
I
for
gotta
rebounds.
see that again, Don.
Grant
Hopefully he's
and
not
Baker.
that old in this game, but he's in his late 30s. We'll see what becomes of the live series. They need to up the presentation game to compete with 2K, that's for sure. Gameplay's pretty good, though. And you know, I could deal with graphics like this, so to me, Live 19 looks incredible. And there I wasn't paying attention to the clock.
The coolest
Tie
thing,
going into the fourth.
the coolest thing that Live did was they added the WNBA and then the minor league teams. Like I like that addition, but it still wasn't enough for me to want to buy Live again.
Alright, it's time to switch things up here. Oakley's not tired, but he's not playing good. It's time for Alvin Williams sighting.
I remember the thing.
Curry is not a small forward.
The last time I considered buying a Live game is when it wasn't even a Live game. It was when NBA Elite was supposed to come with NBA Jam, and then NBA Elite got canceled.
Yeah.
I was literally thinking about pre-ordering it like a week before they canceled it.
That's the one idea that I feel like Live should capitalize on, since they had the license to NBA Jam. Like, just put a version of NBA Jam and update the rosters every year with your core simulation game, and I think you could compete with 2K at that point just doing that.
I completely agree. The one thing that I think sports games in general lack is different, varied gameplay. Like, it's mostly just you play basketball, you play football, and then you manage your team, and that's about all. And the things that you do in between that are just like, oh, here's shooting practice, or let's have a 3-point contest. Like, it's cool to break up the gameplay with that kind of thing, but it's still not enough. I feel like you need to have that kind of arcade experience that's not just like, we're going to tweak your main gameplay to be kind of arcadey, because this is just not what that is. It doesn't have that same spiritual feeling.
Yeah, well, basically they would need 2 development teams working on one release. And no, Hank, I saw your comment about Muggsy. I had him in the first half. Vince Carter with the 180. Smoke is a true Live fan. He owned every single one.
Pass to Mason.
Even same iterations on
Oh, he missed it.
different consoles, like PS1 and PS2. That would be impressive.
Williams receives the pass to Willis.
One thing I actually want to explore is getting the PS1 versions of Tony Hawk, Pro Skater 3 and Pro Skater 4.
Alvin Williams, put him in the game. Doesn't pay off. He misses the 3. Smoke likes a franchise of Live. And he doesn't like the monopoly on the sports game, so he supports NBA Live because 2K is the one that everyone gravitates towards. But I can get down with some NBA Live.
Takes the shot. Hayden buries.
Oof.
I pumped you so much that you didn't even try to block me.
Hank wants to see Bogue, so he's coming in.
Is it in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, he might be the player of the game. You never know.
I don't know about that one, Tom.
5-3, all 5-3 of them.
Bogues drives
He's
inside.
scaring you. Muggsy!
Bogues with an easy layup.
Oh, I deserved that one.
Back one
That
more
was good.
time,
What's up,
Don.
large man?
He really took
How's
us
it
out
going?
of the hole that time.
Okay, Gary Payton. It's time for Muggsy to lock him up.
To Barry.
Ooh, the announcer was really excited that Barry got the ball.
It's stolen.
Barry is forcing it a
You're
lot
just
down, and
drilling.
that's causing him to turn it over.
No.
Steal.
Out of bounds. Sonics ball.
Got too in love with the turbo button there with Vince Carter. Oh, Gary Payton's scared of Muggsy.
He looked like he just booked it to the sideline because Muggsy was there. Horace Grant's goggles just look like a superhero mask. That's pretty bad.
Horace Grant is a superhero.
Bogues drives into the paint. Bogues with a quick crossover.
Oh,
Bogues
Muggs
really
is
struggling
working
to
it
find his
inside.
shot right now.
Get the fuck out of here.
Matt's all
Davis
flustered
with the
because
steal.
Muggsy's on the
Peyton is
press.
forcing it a lot down, and that's causing him to turn it over.
Defensive
Mason
foul, I'll
was
take it.
whistled for the foul.
I'll read those big comments in a moment. This is a crucial point in the game.
To Davis. Carter takes the pass. To Curry. Davis handles the feed.
Yes.
Oh, what happened?
Lewis grabs it. To Grant.
Muggsy Bogues is like not having a defender there.
Point guard has got to step it up and make sure his scorers are getting the ball in places where they
See
can
about
score
that.
from.
Pass to Willis. Bogues drives
Come on,
inside.
Bogues, put it in.
Puts up the shot.
At this stage of the game, your big man got to crash the boards hard and come up with every defensive rebound.
To Berry.
And Horace Grant with the lane.
With a layup.
Oh my god.
And that
That looked like a
really
soccer
hard to hold that time.
game with all that passing down the field.
Good pass. Couldn't make the block. All right, it's called timeout. Get the subs in.
Oh, finish the first beer. Damn it.
Time to put Oakley back in.
You think Chokley's gonna save you? You're delusional.
Bogues experiment. No, I feel like I still need him in.
Honestly, Bogues is not your problem. He's doing well. I just
Going with that.
took a shot with Gary Payton right over him because he's so short.
Oh,
Just let it roll out.
Out of bounds. Sonic
Oakley
ball.
comes in the game, loses the ball.
Where are my players? Who wants to inbound this ball? We got some full court
Yeah,
press
I've
coming.
been streaming pretty much every night
Passes
since
off to
I've
Peyton.
went on
Football pass to Baker.
vacation for this
Oh,
Christmas
yes.
holiday
Sonics
break.
are unconscious right now, Don.
1 minute remaining. In the
It was
fourth
funny because I was looking at the list of videos that we've done,
Lobs it to
and the
Willis.
last Lumberjack Cracks is like 10
Curry.
videos ago now. Because you've been streaming so
Oakley
much.
in the post. To Willis.
Like, it was only a week ago.
Fires away.
Usually it's only a
Oakley
few videos
drains the
behind.
shot.
Better foul quick.
Oakley is called for the foul.
There's
First
40
team
seconds
foul.
left. I gotta get the ball back.
in the final 2 minutes.
Dirty.
To Grant.
See if
Carter
Grant
picks
can earn
up
it
the
from the
foul.
line.
First personal foul.
I've never been good at this, so let's see how it goes.
Grant to the line for 2.
Short. Oh, come
It's
on.
good.
These glasses are a little rough on Horace.
Good.
I mean, they did what they could. They make a 3D model and they throw a texture over the top of the 3D model. That's how these players are made. They can't add individual objects over the top of the
Willis
models.
takes the feed. He puts out the shot. With the J, Curry drains the shot. Shot
Tell
clock
Curry
is dead.
it wasn't a 3 though.
To Lewis. Goes up. There it is.
You can't shoot threes.
To Willis. To Carter.
Yeah, you can take that one.
Carter tries the 3. He recovers the loose ball.
And it looks like I'm gonna go down to Matt and the Supersonics.
This never happens. I'm so happy.
Honestly, I'm surprised, but
Well,
it's
basketball
turned over the ball too much in the fourth quarter.
basketball is the sport that I play the best at.
The final
Because
score,
it keeps my
Seattle
attention.
57,
Other
Toronto
sports don't keep my
51.
attention as much. You want to see this Jordan one-on-one
Let's
mode
take a look at the stats from
before
the
we
fourth
switch
quarter.
over to game day?
No, it's not as good as Live 2003 to 2005 on PS2. No, but this gameplay, like if you're gonna play an NBA Live 2001, you rather play this than the PS2 one. I'm by far.
Thank you, Antonio Wilson. I think I deserve the second beer.
You already drank the first one?
Here
Yeah.
is tonight's player of the game.
Horace Grant, player of the game. Once you made those 2 free throws, I knew it was over. Like, this guy's making free throws too.
Well, I realized the one thing that I didn't realize when I was a kid. Instead of trying to stop it in the middle, you hit it when it's at the top, and then it's so fast that it stops in the middle because of that. I just never had realized that when I was a kid.
Yeah, Bogues wasn't the secret weapon I was looking for.
That was a supersonic squad that I actually knew my whole starting 5, which is awesome. Doesn't happen that often in these weird off years that aren't from a jam, hang time, showtime.
We'll just see what this is real quick. Oh, nice. 90s All-Stars. These are the guys right here. David Robinson. The Rain Man. Sean Kemp.
Alright, give me control, Jordan. You can't play as Michael Jordan until you unlock Michael Jordan.
So we have to play the computer? Is that
If you want to play against Michael Jordan, I think you probably have to earn him in this mode. Right now it says just, I guess I have to hit X. Alright, I'm in now.
Okay, we could play versus each other. Let's just do it a second just to see what it's like.
Yeah. I don't want to play a full one of this. I'm assuming we're going to see a street court at the most, and it's just going to be...
Hank's saying, I recommend an NCAA game where you have to send out your bagmen to recruit poor kids and skirt around the NCAA and make sure they pass fake classes. Well, there should be some kind of minor league football system in place, but it's just never been like that.
There we go.
I remember these one-on-ones in live.
It's you?
Kemp's not going to drain any threes. It's like Jordan versus Bird on the Nintendo.
So this is
Something
kind
much
of
better.
what I was talking about with having breakup in gameplay, where they just kind of modify the way that their original game is played to try to make you feel like you're extending the gameplay of the game. And honestly, this is just...
It's just 2 guys on a street court.
It's nothing.
And this dude's over there just sitting there on the bench with the boombox. Loving life.
Just watching NBA players from the 90s. I mean, we've seen what this is. We can switch games.
Yeah, we're switching to NFL Gameday 2001. So the theme is, do you think this is better than the PS2 one? We played this one. Obviously, Gameday 98 here is the one that we look at that really revolutionized that series. NHL 2001 is good on PS2. It's very arcade-like, though, which is a good thing in my opinion. It's fun. All right, you want to reset it?
Oh, yeah. I forgot it wouldn't just reset itself. Because everything's loaded in a RAM at this point. So we could have probably kept playing with the different disc in.
Game Day 2001. NHL 2001 on PlayStation. I never played it, and I don't know if it's good or not.
My best guess is if you played an earlier version of NHL on the PlayStation 1, it's going to play a lot like that because all of these sports games, they just take the same engine and they improve the models maybe like slightly,
like the
and they
thunderous
improve the
waves
gameplay.
of Neptune's sacred
So
palace.
these like
And here,
transitional
amongst the
years,
blackened
you're
surf
probably going to
lies
get
the ragged
really good
hags,
gameplay of what you
worn,
played in the
torn,
past
and callous.
on
They await
later
with cunning and vicious prowess, for the warriors have returned.
And why don't we play Game Day 98? I played that quite a bit on the channel already. Never played this one. Want to see what it's about. Really, that's what it is.
Is that Marshall Falk?
It is.
What did he do 2001 after for Madden?
2003.
Oh, okay. Who was 2001?
Eddie George.
Eddie George. Got it.
Brett Maverick says Autumn Wind. Not sure what he's referring to there. Do all sports only have one game franchise, or is that just Madden with football? What do you mean by that exactly?
I think he's asking, are there multiple sports games for any of the other sports other than Madden? I mean, there are competitors for certain sports games, but honestly, there's one that just sticks out, and nobody really wants to try to compete with the juggernaut.
Well,
Just not gonna.
MLB's kind of like that with the show. It's the only, well, I guess there is RBI baseball, but
It doesn't really count. It's not a AAA budget. It's a MLB developer, like someone that they paid to make it for the MLB. And I find it really weird that they continue to use the name when when Namco still makes the game that RBI Baseball was, and they don't just like try to convert that game. Like, I think it would be better if they tried to hire Namco to do that. Just convert the Famista games into better baseball games than the crap that they're making.
Adam's loving Game Day. Yeah, everything hit the fan in 2005 with locking up the sports franchises. Because I don't think even other companies can make WWE games either. It's only 2K.
Niners probably have Rice and TO, right?
They'll have TO. I don't know about Rice.
Oh yeah.
What's up? Gotta be retro.
Rice might be on the Raiders, right?
Vic's not in this game yet. He's a rookie in 2002. What if Namco made an NFL game, says Eli?
I don't think Namco would ever do it. They're a Japanese developer, and honestly, the only Japanese developer that I can think of off the top of my head that ever tried to tackle football was Tecmo, and they did it right out of the gate.
Okay, who are you going with?
I'm gonna go with the Packers.
Oh,
Do you want me to pick a different team?
no, it's fine.
Why'd you go? Ugh. They're not that good. They're just like slightly better than the Bears. I was gonna pick the 49ers, but they're worse than the Bears.
Buccaneers be dominant. All right, let's go. Key player Marcus Robinson and Brian Williams on the Packers.
Playing in Chicago at Old Soldiers Field.
Eli spitting that knowledge. NFL Primetime 2002 on PS2. How is that game? I have not played that one.
Konami did try to
Greetings from the
continue to
Windy
make
City,
sports
Chicago,
games, but
Illinois,
they've
the
only
capital
found
of the
success
Midwest and home
in
to
Pro
the
Evolution
Chicago
Soccer.
Bears.
And that's why it's
Today,
one of the
they
few
battle
games
the
that still
Green
make
Bay
it.
Packers.
Green Bay has to hit on all cylinders offensively if they want to give themselves.
Yeah, everyone was cranking out sports games when it was more practical to just try it as a business, but it became to the point where you had to kind of have most of the market to make it worth it. And that's why we have limited options these days.
Unfortunate thing about sports games is inherently you need to have the license to this, like the professional sport. Otherwise, people aren't going to buy it. Like if you could just make a fun game and people would buy it, they probably make sports games all the time. But people just don't buy games that don't have the license.
Well, Eli's saying NFL Primetime 2002 is one of the best football games next to Madden 2005 and NFL 2K5.
Maybe it's something worth exploring. The animation in this still has that kind of like spritey look. I can see that they're 3D models, but it still reminds me of the early versions of this, where their animations lacked like a couple frames, so they almost look like sprites.
Kayvon Dirks likes NFL 2K4 better than 2K5. What would make that one better? Is the presentation as good or the gameplay better? I'm just wondering because I haven't played that one too much.
Chicago will send
Baseball
four against
Stars
the
is
quarterback.
not better than RBI Baseball. And let me tell you why. It's very simple. Baseball Stars is a great game. But the fielding view on Baseball Stars is too zoomed in. RBIs is not as zoomed in, which makes it easier to react in field. That's really the only legit argument that I have. I mean, you said it already. It has the MLB players. But yeah, Baseball Stars, I don't like the baseball games that have that zoomed in fielding. Adam's calling for RBI Baseball.
Chicago showing a five-man defensive backfield.
Oh, Urlacher comes and cleans, but
One thing that's going to get really long in the tooth in this game is this animation
Let me
in
show you why this
between
play works so well. As soon as the
picking
ball
your
is
play
snapped, the
and
quarterback
watching
sees the
them walk
mismatch,
forward.
then all he
Like, I
has
have
to
to
do is
hold
get the
X.
ball on
well, if
target.
you don't skip these, it's going to take forever too.
Oh, okay. I just thought I would let them watch, you know, one of the things that the game does.
Oh, I
They
see.
drew a little line on the screen.
They did a little Madden
That's
action.
kind of different.
Chicago shows a five defensive back set.
Oh, that's a user pick.
Interception.
Urlacher one-hands it. Do 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 do.
You know, I'm glad you're happy about what's going on here, because I did beat you in the last game. So, you know, you deserve to have a little happiness too, Tom.
That's a fair assessment, Smoke. I am a huge fan of Tecmo Super Bowl,
Allen
which
is
to
on the
me
field.
is definitely the best sports arcade game, even though at the time it was meant to be simulation.
McNown will set up the throw on
Oh,
first
come on,
down.
Robinson. You got to
The
catch
pass
that.
intended for the wide receiver is incomplete.
So I don't know. That's a tough question. Because I obviously love NFL Blitz too. You prefer the game where you can
Green
see the
Bay
entire
coming
stadium.
with
It's a
the
lot
blitz
harder
on
to
this
field
play.
in the RBI. Well, that's, I guess, why they have two different views, because
McNown
There's
will be
different
throwing
opinions on
on second down. Williams bats the ball away from the...
trying to hit Marcus Robinson.
I just always think
Adam
that
says I would like to see Sonic and Mario Kart.
McNown
I
barks out the
agree with
signals
that.
on
I
third
think
down.
that all of the Mario sports games or Mario Party games in
Throw to the
general
sidelines,
should
complete.
have like what Smash has,
Watch the quarterback's
characters
eyes in this
that are
completion.
from every
He looks off the
series
safety,
that
then
can be
comes back to
represented
fire
there.
the ball on time for a big gain.
Crap. Oh crap.
Chicago will go for it here on fourth down.
Blue 47. Red 45.
McNown to throw on fourth down.
Wow, they surprisingly played good defense
Crossover
off
the
of
middle,
the field goal
incomplete.
block.
The Packers take over at the
McNown's
40-yard
doing
line.
better than he did in real life.
After an incomplete pass.
Hold on 1 second. I want to see what the speed burst is. That's the only uncertainty I have with this game.
I would like you to share that information with me too. That would be
Speed
nice.
burst is catch is obviously triangle. X is speed burst, and on both offense and defense.
All right.
So there you go.
By 2001, they did not realize that the shoulder buttons were useful.
No, they weren't feeling them.
Favre brings the
1
offense up
fourth
to the
for
line of
McDowell
scrimmage.
with
First
no.
down.
Oh, that could have been a pick.
Oh, nearly
With no
picked off
INT
by
is
the
great for
defender.
McDowell. Yeah, his ratio's pretty good. He hasn't thrown a pick.
Holy shit.
Chicago will bring some heat on this play.
Bring out the
This
chains.
looks so bad. Oh, that was great.
But you could celebrate every play if you want in this.
It's a little obnoxious, but I like it. They basically took the opportunity of having all those transitional frames, and you're like, you could celebrate if you want.
Favre reading
My
the
opinion is
defense
get
on
rid of
first
the
down.
fucking transitional frames. Just put us in the action. How much of this crap do we need to watch?
Antonio's going to try to get a PS2 next month. It's a good call. You got to get in on some PS2.
Green.
You're not
deep
letting
in
me
the
switch to
backfield.
Urlacher. It's cheating.
Picked off.
Favre's
See
throwing
what
2
happens when a
picks. He's
player
just
has good, quick
gunslinging.
feet? Here he tracks down the ball and makes the
My
pick.
favorite thing about this game so far is the John Madden drawing on the screen.
Oh, that's your favorite thing.
Yep.
McNown looks over the defense on first down.
Now,
And then it's a
Toward the
celebrating.
sidelines.
let's get to the
Incomplete.
huddle. What's there to celebrate on that play?
You're celebrating the fact.
Sega Saturn. Is NFL 2001 better
Green
than
Bay
2000 on
routes back an
PS1?
army of defenders
I
on
prefer a
this play.
game day.
Going with
on-
the ground game.
Oh, Enos. Enos would have never did that in real. No, he wasn't the best. I don't think Madden would do that, Hank. I always thought, yeah, the Game Day series was better than Madden on PlayStation. It wasn't until Madden 2001 on PS2 where I really switched it up.
Green Bay trying to prevent the home run here.
Oh, that line is moving them. I'm liking it.
Pounding the Enos up the middle.
Pounding the Enos.
McNown goes to work on second down.
Matt's in shock right now. Can't believe what Enos is doing to him.
It's just so hard for me to go to a basketball game that I really enjoyed playing to a football game that I'm not loving so
McNown
far.
checks out the defensive alignment on first
There
down.
you got me.
I did it. I made a tackle.
Madden 2000 because it's a classic to me. So you play that one on PlayStation. Large Man says
Allen is on the
Madden
field.
2001. Yeah, you can't really go wrong with any of the Maddens
McNown looks downfield
later on.
Second down.
Bates.
You have a Bates and an Enos on the same team.
I got everything I need on this team. We're the Chicago Bears. Got Cade McNown
Allen
out
ready for
playing
the
Favre
carry.
right now.
Never
McNown
happened.
goes to the pass on first down.
Robinson. What's this penalty?
They didn't like the late hit.
I think I'll decline and take the touchdown.
Touchdown,
You
Bears.
caught the ball?
Touchdown Bear. Yeah, Marcus Robinson. Look at this. These are pretty good replays. See, that's really how it would go too. And you see, you're in zone coverage, and then I just wait because I scrambled out down. I waited till Marcus Robinson got to the sideline and scored a touchdown.
I've literally never played a football game and have thought about that.
There's not much for you to think about in football games. Except getting worked.
Until you explained to me what a dime and nickel
The
like
Packers,
defense was, I had no idea why you pick any other defense.
It's about the personnel on the field. Dime, 6 defensive backs. Nickel, 5 defensive backs. Your standard 4-3 is 4 defensive linemen, 3 linebackers, 4 defensive backs.
That's the Tecmo law.
Tecmo's in 3-4.
3-4?
Yeah. Like Madden in 2001 and 2002 on PS2 more than this game. Too unrealistic and weird physics. The physics are weird. I used to play Oilers vs. Titan in Madden 2000.
It's not even only the physics, it's also the animation. The animation just lacks fluidity.
Chicago with corners tight on the
See,
receiver.
something that they didn't always have in Game Day that they have in this one, wow, is they didn't always have an announcer. They had a
This
PA
reception
announcer.
begins with the eyes. The receiver gets his head around quickly,
That is a very
finds
good
the
point.
ball in the air, and looks it all the way in for the
I
completion.
noticed that.
Announcing's pretty solid in this one.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Chicago setting
That's
up with
one thing I
5
wouldn't
DBs
complain
this
about.
time.
The announcing
Look
does-
at Urlacher. He's not even like running.
He's just floating towards you. Every so often his model flips one side to the other. It's like the fucking Goomba walking in Super Mario Brothers.
And they'll utilize motion. 11
Oh, shit.
on the draw
Run.
play.
Yeah, the way the players moved, their Urlacher again was just like sliding to the ball when I was moving him. I don't recall it being that bad on Madden 9 or Game Day 98. It looks like it got worse.
Well, it was more sprite. Wasn't it
Chicago
sprite
going
based?
with a 3-man front.
The first two, but 98 was polygons.
Schroeder, the primary receiver there.
Adam's saying Blitz 2000 is better than Madden 2000 and Game Day 2000.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
for
feel like-
sure. There's no argument.
Yeah. Especially the Dreamcast
Chicago
version.
will rush just 3 down linemen this time.
Another
It's
pick.
intercepted.
Ran away from the ball. What the
let's-
fuck is that?
Pick 6.
Upper deck trading cards.
Another touchdown. 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 Bears. Yes, NFL Blitz 2000 on Dreamcast is awesome. That's the one you gotta get. Dreamcast is pretty much an arcade system, so if you're gonna get any of the ports, you gotta get them on there.
I think I'm gonna get the port of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 for the Dreamcast, so that I can stream that.
OSU Rock says, Matt, calm your language down. It's just a game.
Oh, I don't really care that much.
And it's good. The Bears 14.
He got his win. Green Magic's in the chat. What's up, Green Magic?
course, he's rooting for the Packers.
And it's only the first quarter, and the Bears are up 14-0.
Bears in this era had never been up 14-0.
I have NFL Blitz 2001 on the Dreamcast. I'm not really a fan of it. It's not like it's a bad game. They just took out like the arcade leaderboards, and the presentation is like just a little bit more like a simulation game, and it like focuses on a season instead of playing through all the teams. So that's not really my favorite version.
Freeman can't hold on.
Many
You wanna
think of him as
celebrate
just
that?
a tough quarterback. But Brett Favre has had more 30 touchdown seasons, 5
Why
than
does it
anyone
let
else
you
in
do
NFL
that?
history. Talk about prolific.
The first quarter
I
is
don't
in the
know.
books. The
I
score,
really
the
don't.
Bears 14, the Packers 0.
It makes me happy. And if it makes me happy, it's worth it.
Oof. That looked like another pick waiting to happen.
Away nicely.
So one thing that I will
Couple
say,
guys saying, yeah, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 is good on the Dreamcast.
Favre surveys the defense on
Great.
third down.
I mean, it's a phenomenal game. It would be really hard to port it and not make it good. The other one that I really want to get is Tony Hawk's Times 2, which was an Xbox exclusive where it took Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 and put them into the same game. And
What game is this?
Tony Hawk Times 2.
Green in the
It
backfield.
was an Xbox exclusive. It also had 4-player multiplayer split screen. And it also had up to 8 players on System Link. I don't think I'm going to be able to look into those features, but
Some guys
the
tend
fact
to
that they
body
put the
catch
campaign
pass.
of the
Not
first
this
game,
guy.
the second
He
game,
uses
and
his
then they
strong
also
hands to
have
reach out and catch the ball, then brings it
4
into his
levels
body
that they
for the
made
reception.
exclusive to that game, makes it worth adventuring into.
What was the first Tony Hawk game on
On PS2,
GameCube?
GameCube, it was 3. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 was the next generation. But they do have a PS1 version of those games, which I was saying.
What kind of defense are we playing?
Which I was saying earlier, and they are basically dumbed down versions, but I still want to explore them and see if they are actually better than their counterparts. Or what they offer that's different.
Favre scans the defense on first down.
Flanagan called the right defense there. Matt's trying to throw in the end zone. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 6. Yeah, Dreamcast, one of the best retro consoles. I agree with that. Green Magic says, I think the Bears suck. Tell them about the 2001 Bears that had 6 Pro Bowlers. Or 5 Pro Bowlers.
Eli, to answer your question about Tony Hawk Pro Skater 6, is I think there is definitely a chance that there is going to be a new Tony Hawk game coming out. Tony Hawk has gone on some podcasts and said that they were making a new game, and I think, if I'm remembering correctly, have since been removed. Him mentioning that, so.
You want me to switch to a linebacker for us?
Their DBs are tight.
Why are you not on your linebacker at the start of the play?
I don't know.
It does that for me.
On first down.
I'm right there.
80 can't hold on.
I got down driver. Why isn't that a touchdown?
Because I pass defended that. User pass defense.
This one's a touchdown. There's no way you're going to get this one.
Chicago shows 4 pass rushers on this play. Tenders touchdown.
I guess you were right. Don't know what happened there. Was that a running play? I didn't even see the passing icons come up.
I don't know what happened, honestly. I knew I was going to throw it on the
I know
left
what
side
you
of the
did.
field.
I know what you did. In this game, you can like not press a button and let the computer do it, and that's what you just did.
So the computer threw it?
Yes.
Oh, great. I'm glad I know that's
So
a
you-
feature.
So you didn't do crap on that. So congratulations.
One thing I did do is pick the wrong
The
play
Bears
and get a
14,
2-point
the
conversion.
Packers 8.
Tony Hawk demo at Pizza Hut?
I mean, Pizza Hut had that sampler that they would sell. We have one of them at the house. I've been considering streaming it, but the Pizza Hut 1 in particular doesn't have any sports games. But the one that came with the PS1 does have Game Day on it. So I was considering streaming that.
Longwell kicks it off.
Green Magic wants you to use Almond Green and pound the rock with them.
Is he my running back in this one? Every time I've tried to run the ball, you've been right there to stop me. So I've been afraid.
That's one of my skills. Pursuit with the linebacker.
They're showing blitz here.
That
The
didn't work
pass
out well.
intended for the wide
It looks
receiver
like
is
he started
incomplete.
controlling Bates.
I did. Tony Hawk 5, the game that will be
Man in
useless
motion.
demo once that server goes down.
Number 44.
The funny thing about Tony Hawk 5 is I want to play it, and I know
This
it's
guy
horrible
shows
and
great
broken,
field vision here.
and I
He
refuse to
knows
pay
where the
more than
defensive
$5
pursuit
for
is
it.
and runs
For what?
to daylight to escape.
For PS4, Xbox One.
But now he'll use the shotgun.
It was basically a rush job.
Yeah.
Their license with Tony Hawk was running up, so they rushed the game out the door and put out an incomplete and broken game. And at the same time, there's a conspiracy of
Number
the
6,
idea of
back
trying
deep
to
to punt.
ruin the name of
He might not
Tony
get
Hawk
this coverage. That's a great punt.
so that nobody else wants to buy a license to make more Tony Hawk games.
Getting a good bounce. Adam wants he wants to see the Buccaneers bad. Vic's not in this game. He would be in 2002 games because he was a rookie in 2001. It's a tad confusing.
Green Bay takes over 1st and 10.
There
It's
we go.
intercepted.
Bears defense.
He just stopped following his route. Did you see that?
Did you press a button?
Am I supposed to take control of him?
No.
I didn't touch anything.
Hey, the passing is not super crisp, okay?
That's the second time I've thrown an interception because of that.
McNown checks out the defensive alignment on 1st down.
Come on, Enos. Power through these dudes.
A converted linebacker.
That was
in
pretty cool
college.
that I
Curtis
didn't
Enos
actually
knows how to
tackle
avoid
you,
defenders
like he still can
because he
run
was
a
once
little
on
bit.
their
Yeah.
side of the ball.
He's basically pulling them.
It looks
Hank
like
wants
the
to see you
offensive line
bench
missed some of their
Favre.
blocking assignments.
Bench
That guy was in the
Favre
backfield
probably
almost
weighs
as soon as the
more
ball
than
was
I
snapped.
would like to bench. Oh, you mean bench?
Oh my God. Put him on the bench. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
What jersey in the NFL didn't have the
McNown
NFL
taking the
logo
ball
on the
on
front of the
2nd
jersey?
down.
I have no idea. We're in there.
With the touchdown Bears.
See that replay.
I don't know.
Because I found a Rams Kurt Warner jersey from Puma or Pima. What's Pima?
He hits the point after. The Bears 21.
The
Not
brother won a
Packers.
PS4 at Taco Bell. Didn't Infamous Smoke win an Xbox at
Yeah, Infamous
Taco Bell?
Smoke actually just recently won a Xbox One X from Taco Bell. He did a unboxing video of that on his channel, Infamous Smoke Gaming. You want to see that? It exists. Check it out.
If you want to get a new game console, enter the Taco Bell sweepstakes.
You remember when Charles Barkley was doing advertising for them?
Yes. Antonio Wilson saying he thinks this game is over.
I think he might be right.
Moke's playing the console right now, he says.
Chicago calls its base 4-man front now. Completed
Bad
pass.
tackling.
Watch how polished the quarterback looks on this play. He knows where his receivers are, makes his decision, and puts it in there nicely.
Green Bay
So
takes
far,
possession, 1st and 10.
the interceptions has been the difference.
Schroeder, the intended
I think I
target
got a
that
hand
play.
on that one.
No, that one was legit. Wasn't upset about it.
Favre reads the defense here on 2nd down.
That's a risky one to Freeman.
Freeman,
Hank's
the
saying
primary
Tony Hawk
receiver
5 was
there.
released
Green
on the
Bay
last
was
day
a
they had
whisker away
license,
from
but
picking
the
that ball, Dick.
online
Nice hit.
patches make it a semi-finished game, but once the server goes down, it'll be a demo. That's the breaks with modern gaming. You get situations like that.
Favre would like to convert this.
Not like the good old days. You got a good old finished
makes the catch.
Game Day 2001.
Not like the good old days where they put out the buggy game and wrote it as a feature in the manual.
Yeah, that too.
Now has 5 catches in the game.
Calm down. Calm down.
I didn't even do that one.
Green is on the field.
All right, I got Urlacher man
Favre will
here.
attempt a pass on 1st down. Toss over the
You
middle.
go for it?
Incomplete.
No, I didn't touch the fucking controller.
It's just a game. Relax.
It's a broken game.
Drink your beer.
I can't, I'm playing.
Let me show you how to
Green
get
in the
interception.
backfield. Redford with the
Redford's
grab.
my best player.
No one's guarding him over there.
Not when there's a minute left in the half.
Cruisin' USA. Those games are good on the Nintendo 64. I mean, not the best control-wise, but presentation and everything. Had fun with those. I like USA
Favre to
and
throw on 1st
Cruisin' the
down.
World.
The pass intended for the wide receiver is incomplete.
Cruisin' Exotica. That one's not good.
They recently
Green
put
Bay
out another
lines up
one
for the 7th play of this
in the
drive.
arcades. Roth the
Freeman
Rose
cuts
made
the
it.
pass.
I played it briefly. It definitely changes the entire game, and it's not really what it used to be.
There's a Cruisin' in the arcades that has like a trading card component to it, isn't there?
I'm not familiar
Favre
with
would
that.
like to
A
convert
lot
this
of the
3rd
racing
down
games
play.
in the arcades now will keep track of your progress through a card. I don't know if that's what you're referring to. So like Initial D is one of those
Smith
games, which is
tips
an
the ball away
anime
nicely.
based racing game where you get to customize your car and upgrade everything.
I have played a Madden 64 version. In fact, when I was doing some edited videos when I first started this channel, the
Green
second
Bay moving
video
the ball.
was
This
Madden
is the 9th
64.
play of the drive.
The first one.
Levin's
I played
the
my friend
intended
Ben.
target on that play. The
Fucking
Bears take over at the 41-yard
NBA
line.
Street Home Court. Have you ever played that one?
We both played it once, I think, because I think Darren brought it over.
So that's the one the only one that's on like PS3, right?
Yes.
Come on, pick a play.
McNown scans the defense on 1st down.
Offensive lineman just took out 2 guys.
When the big fellas still off the
Hank's still
defensive
calling
pursuit,
for the
it's easy to
benching
gain
of
good
Favre.
yardage outside.
But he's so good. He's the only thing I have. Donald
With
Driver
3
can't
picks.
even buy a
Allen
bucket.
in the backfield. McNown looks downfield on 2nd down.
Get Allen to block.
Boy, this receiver looks fluid here, running the smooth route and
Call
catching the ball with his
timeout.
hands
20
for a
seconds
nice
left in the
completion.
half. You can still have a lot, if you can tolerate pretty bad 3D graphics, you can still have a lot of fun with the
coverage
PlayStation.
on 1st down.
Ooh, I thought he was going to get that.
Personally, there's
receiver.
this weird soft spot in my heart about the graphics that are from this game. or like this era.
Large man saying this stream looks so good on a big screen.
Green Bay trying to
Yeah, I
prevent
think
the home run here.
that's cool that you got us on the big screen right now. I think there's a lot of different ways to view YouTube on a TV, so I think that... Oh crap, there's only 4 seconds left.
Chicago uses its second timeout.
Well, I'm so glad you got to pull that off.
Yeah, I'm kicking a field goal. I feel pretty confident with the field goals in this, as I will probably miss this. Oh, you got to do the angle as you're kicking it.
When I was watching your stream last night, I was also watching it on TV, and it looked really good.
3 more with that field goal. So at halftime,
It's surprising
the Bears
how...
Trivia, I like
Packers
this.
8.
Oh, that's Dion.
Celine Dion.
Prime time. Easy question.
If they didn't make some serious adjustments in the locker room, they're going to get taken behind
It's
the
surprising
shin
how you
again.
can take this image and blow it up so large and it still looks crisp.
Bears get it. Now, it's still a 2-score game, but if I can score here, really start to put this one away. Spins are slower in this. Watching on the TV and chatting on the iPhone at the same time. I do that a lot when I'm watching Tecmo Super Bowl tournament streams or other streams. I will put it on the big screen and then chat on the phone.
Green Bay shows a 5 defensive back set.
McNown showing his wheels.
Just skip it. Inches.
Kayvon Dirks watching on the computer. Any way you could watch,
But now
anywhere you can watch
split
it
his backs behind him.
is
Number
good,
44 receives the pitch.
I'm glad you're watching.
We're glad you're
Offensive line
watching.
just dominated
We're
the
having
front
fun
seven of the
playing.
defense that
We're having
time,
fun
and the
talking to
result is
everybody
just
in the
a nice
chat.
game.
As
Matt's
angry
drinking, I'm not.
as I sound, I am still happy to play a video game and stream it.
McNown brings the offense up to the line of scrimmage, first down.
Analyzing gameplay of games, even when it's
He
bad,
can't
is still
connect with the
enjoyable.
running back.
The defender seemed to read the eyes of the quarterback to make a good
I
play
don't
on the
know if
ball.
you're feeling as negative about the gameplay for this game as I am, but it's really
I think it is Dick Enberg.
not doing it for
I
me.
think I'll hear Phil Simms as well.
Green Bay.
Eli the Wolf
corners
going for
tight
some
on the
big time
receivers.
NHL streams tomorrow.
McNown will throw on second down.
Finally,
McNown
Double
got
coverage.
Marcus on a deep
Great
one.
toss.
I'm
An old
watching this
quarterback
one.
once said that life is too short for a short pass completion. Well, these
Cade
guys
McNown
Ooh.
looking like Bret Hart.
I'm so proud of what Cade McNown's doing right now.
Me too.
Smoke says I got you on the
McNown reading
42
the
inch for
defense
playing on the
first down.
65.
McNown will let it fly. on
Marcus
first
Robinson.
The multitasking is always a good way to play in stream.
Fun fact, I had both a Cade McNown and Marcus Robinson jersey.
Yes, you did. You also had an Enos jersey.
No, I didn't. I had a Rashad Salam jersey.
Oh,
McNown
Are you sure
reading
you
the
didn't have an
defense
Enos
on
jersey?
first down.
Yes.
McNown goes to the pass on first down.
James Allen.
He makes the catch.
Went for the stiff arm, didn't work.
do you think you would have gotten in trouble at school if you wore an Enos jersey?
No. If you taped a P on there, then yeah.
I think didn't you get sent to the office before for wearing the football jersey or a basketball jersey?
Yeah, headbands, all that stuff. So would you prefer by your request? What do you mean?
McNown reading the
Which
defense on
NHL
first down.
game? Whatever you want to play. That's what I say. I mean, if you don't really feel like playing something, then it's not going to make for a good stream.
Williams tips the ball away nicely.
Okay, now no, because I just could tape, Grossman on the top of the name. They had the same number.
Did you really want a Grossman jersey though?
No.
Chicago lines up for the 7th play of this drive. Touchdown Bears.
Although, in the Super Bowl,
Enos.
I feel like Grossman did nothing wrong.
Why Uncle Jimmy lost in the Tecmo Bowl tournament? Man, it's rigged.
Who did he play? I don't remember.
He played Uncle JC. I'm surprised he did as well as he did.
He was actually trying in that game. Like, I saw him do some really good moves that I was not expecting from him.
He
just hates it because it's not realistic.
31, the Packers 8.
Yeah, Clarence Parker, I'd rather have a Jim McMahon jersey as well. I like the kicking meter in this. It's simple, easy. Matt likes to run backwards a little bit before he goes forwards.
You gotta move backwards a little bit if you want to run faster forwards. The quarterback from the Bears that I would want a jersey from is Cordell Stewart with his short little time there.
Eli, have you played NHL Face-Off 2001 or 2003? No.
Favre, he'll use the
I didn't play the
shotgun.
Face-Off series much, so that's one I'll have to go back and explore. Oh, I thought I had a pick.
Bats the ball away from the receiver.
Coming through a driver. He does not get it. I gotta stop throwing a driver.
I had a chance to buy that first NHL Face-Off. It was in a long box, but you know, the long boxes were running close to $10 each.
On this play.
So I bought 3 of them. Just the one I haven't played yet on the stream is NBA Shootout, the first of the series.
All by himself.
So out of these 2 games we play tonight, which one do you like better?
Chicago
I mean, easily NBA Live 2001. I think it's a better game. I think it actually plays like the sport that it's supposed to be, and it does it successfully. I mean, this plays like the sport it's supposed to be, but the problems in between the gameplay are annoying, and then the gameplay is screwed me over multiple times where it just doesn't make sense.
Number
that
80,
my receiver doesn't continue running his route, and then you just get the ball.
Let me show you why this play
That's
works
just
so well.
inexcusable.
I see what you're
As soon
saying.
as the ball is snapped, the
Lars
quarterback
Manson
sees the
used to
mismatch,
play a lot
and
of
all he has to do is get
face-off
the
back
ball
in
on
the day.
target.
So, what do I think about game day games on PS2? I played the first one, 2001. That's why I have the question in the top right, which is better. I do for Game Day 2001. I do think that the PlayStation 2 version is better. It looks a lot better. It plays pretty well. I think it zooms out too much when you're passing, so it doesn't look the best. And when you compare it to Madden 2001 or NFL 2K or 2K1, it doesn't look good compared to those, but to this, it does. Versus 11's tearing it up. So that one, so in my opinion, Game Day 2001 is better on PS2, and NBA Live 2001 is better on PlayStation 1 than PS2.
Favre with splitbacks.
Urlacher makes the tackle.
I believe I played Game Day with you on PS2, didn't I?
OSU Rocks 24 says NFL. Yeah, you did. NFL Game Day 2001 is the best game day.
I don't.
Did Game Day series go away for a while on PS2 and then come back? How many Pro Bowl QBs have the Bears had in the Super Bowl era?
11 takes the ball.
That's a good question. I know they had a running quarterback back in the day. I don't know if that was in the Super Bowl era, but I don't think I've seen one. Maybe Eric Kramer made it one year, but
I thought Grosson
Chicago calls
No.
it base 4-man front
or
nine.
Cutler might have when he was with
Toward
Broncos.
the sidelines.
yeah, but not on the
incomplete.
Bears. There's a Game Day 2005. No, I know 2004, but is there a Game Day 2002 and 2003 on PS2?
Green Bay comes set with the 9th play of the drive.
That's putting together a solid drive.
Well, I'm starting to get a feel for what the offense
Favre brings the offense up to the line of scrimmage. First down. Schroeder comes down with
No
it.
catch, or maybe. Trubisky was an alternate last year. McMahon was in 85, so that's 2. And Trubisky actually did play pretty well last year. Not this year, though. Last game day was 2005 on PS1. So yes, it lasted 10 years. This series. And maybe it would have lasted a little longer, but EA put a kibosh on that.
Everybody gave up.
On third down.
What are they supposed to do?
Takes the handoff.
They can't use the teams or players anymore.
Well, it's what I'm saying.
Smoke says he's got those game days.
People don't tend to buy a sports game unless it's the professional sport or the college sport that they recognize. Those brands
Yeah,
are
that's
valuable.
what I'm saying. That's the best opportunity for another football game to make it, is if they get the NCAA license over EA. They can gain some traction with that. I think I might have Game Day 2005 on
Number 6.
PS1. I'll have to look.
They'll use motion. Favre will try to connect with a receiver on 4.
Big tackle right there. It's
The
a
Bears
turnover.
will take over at the 6-yard line.
I thought he was supposed to run a post. I didn't think he was running an out.
Eli thinking about NHL 2K5. Eli the Wolf, would you say
McNown going to
hockey's
work
your
here in
favorite
the fourth
sport?
quarter. Number
Or favorite video
44
game,
takes
at
the
least?
ball.
Enos goes down. Kayvon Dirk's getting that NHL 2K6 on PS2 tomorrow. I do have Game Day 2004 on PS2.
It appears they're going to blitz on the play.
But basically what happened is once I played Madden 2001, I just really didn't care too much about what the other football games were about until ESPN 2K5 was $20. Then I played that and I was like, wow, this is actually really good. Kurt Warner Arena. There's no Kurt Warner. Oh, Arena Football, the EA one. I haven't played that one. I know about it, I just haven't played it yet.
You don't have that one?
No. Eli's like, yes, hockey's my favorite sport. Clarence, baseball and football. Mine, I think you could tell, it's football and basketball.
Green
Basketball
Bay
is my
for its
favorite
nickel
sport.
package in the spot.
Oh,
Drops
wow.
it.
Enos dropping it
My
for no reason.
favorite sport to actually physically play is hockey. But I can only really play floor hockey because I suck at ice skating.
For video games, I mean, it's basketball and football right up there. And then probably football number 1, basketball 2,
Favre brings the offense
hockey
up to the line of
3,
scrimmage. First down.
then baseball.
Minter tips the ball
Baseball
away
just
nicely.
a little bit too slow paced
With
for
tight
me
coverage
in
and
a
won the battle for the rock.
video game. Unless it's like really quick gameplay like MLB Slugfest or RBI Baseball.
I love that
Favre
soccer
scanning
wasn't
the
even
defense
considered
on
by-
Send
second
you a
down.
list of games I'm looking for.
Ball caught
All
on
right.
the sideline.
Soccer.
What's the
There are
quarterback's
some
eyes
soccer
in this
games that I
position?
will play.
Looks off
I
the
don't
safety,
go to
and
them
comes back to
that
fire the
often
ball on
just because
time
I
for a big game.
hardly know any soccer players.
Yeah.
So one of the things
Chicago
I'm
calls
thinking
it
about
space
doing it
four-man
next
front
year
nine.
is trying to get Madden
Can't
2004
connect with the wide
tournament
receiver.
going. And not just in like one of our monthly tournaments.
Like an actual tournament where people might want to come to.
Yeah, like, because I think
Barr
there is a
steps
craving
under
for those
center
Madden
for this
PS2
second down
games.
play.
And I know a ton
Incomplete.
of people
Looking
play them
for the wide
competitively.
receiver.
Wasn't
'Cause of the-
DPS one of them?
Oh yeah, he loves it. He loves it.
Chicago setting up with 5 DBs this time. To the sideline.
Going outside to Schrader. Yeah, Eli, you on your streams try to get the webcam going, and if you can't, just narrate what you're doing on the mic. Easy 49er saying, I've been playing Madden on OG Xbox using World League teams in a tournament. That's pretty cool. The Madden PS2 games are the best in my opinion. Xbox too.
Wow, this game just lets the defense do whatever they want, huh? Take as much time as you need. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, trying to get double digits. No, he fakes. Wow. I didn't see that coming.
Well, you had prevent defense up.
I was reading the chat, and I'm up by a bunch, so who cares?
I do, Tom. Every touchdown is a moral victory for me.
ESPN MLS Extra Time 2002 on GameCube. Is that an actual game?
The Bears 31, the Packers 14.
FIFA 11 and 19 best soccer games. When I have played soccer games, it's been with my Uncle Jimmy because he likes soccer games. I have fun playing them. Pro Evolution's fun.
Longwell places it long.
All of my soccer game experiences are just with arcade soccer games. And I think at the top of that is Mario Strikers. I played through all of Backyard Soccer when I was a kid. I had fun with that. There's also an early Lego game called Soccer Mania without the Lego
Green Bay
license in the
shows 4
title
pass rushers on this
that I
play.
played through the entirety of that game, and it's one of the really early Lego games before they
Number
started doing
44
like,
has now gone
Star
over the
Wars
100-yard
and
rushing
Indiana
plateau.
Jones.
You can see how the back keeps his legs
Smoke
moving,
says LJC is
creating
the
momentum.
people's champ.
This allows him to
Champ. He
bounce
may
away
not
from
win
traffic
all his
and
games,
turn it
but
up
he
the
wins the
field
heart
for
of
a
the
big
people.
game.
That's all I strive to win.
I gotta try this MLS Extra Time. Is it played like arcade soccer game or simulation or mix?
McNown from shotgun formation.
The bulkiness of the PS1? Well, they have the smaller
McNown to
PS1.
take it to the air on first down.
Now, McNown's about to show you his moves. First down.
Like now I'm getting eaten by 5 Packers.
Yeah, baby.
I still believe in Enos. Antonio asking if you ever played NBA backyard
McNown
basketball.
call signals.
Yes, I
Split
have.
that.
That one has Kevin Garnett on the cover, and it has
He takes
Lisa
the
Leslie
handoff.
in the game too. It was the first backyard game that they went away from 2D animation and they started using 3D. It still plays well from
brings
my
us
memory
to the
because I haven't
2-minute
gone
warning.
back to it. But I remember it not being as fun as playing the football or the baseball or the soccer.
I think the Smoke hated the small PS1s. Oh
Number
yeah, I like
44
those
deep
fat
in the
boys too.
backfield.
The funny thing about the early PS1s, the first line
Number
of them
44.
is actually a really high quality CD player. Like, some people will actually buy the early ones just so that they can listen to CDs with
Because
high
Sony
fidelity.
they're big on music. You gotta try out this Extra Time 2002 soccer. Because can't you said you could download some GameCube games on the Wii?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, that's one you're gonna have
McNown
to check out
goes to
eventually.
work on third down.
Doing everything with Venus. Only GameCube and original
Number
Xbox.
6.
Also, it's on the Xbox as well.
Yeah, the Wii will basically play any of those games flawlessly, so.
McNown looking over the defensive coverage on first down. The ball lands incomplete, intended for the
Should
wideout.
have caught that. OSU Rock says, no, Eli, it is on PS2. So that's a game I know nothing about. So
This
yeah, you
then
guys
the
are going to have to
drive's
talk amongst
sixth
yourselves
play.
in the chat and figure that one
The
out. Because
handoff.
it's the first I'm hearing about it. Enos averaging 7.0. That's cause for celebration. 7 yards per carry.
Wow, don't wave your Enos around like that, Tom. Might offend somebody.
Green Bay shows
We
a
still
fine
crave
defensive
variety in
asset.
sports games. We just don't get modern versions of them. We go with the classics here on the Retro Sports Gamer channel.
I mean, there's hundreds of them that we can go through. We don't even need new sports games.
Keep playing Game Days for 10 years on PS1.
Lots of motion on this
We
one.
might be the only people
McNown
right now
goes
playing
to the
this game.
pass on first down. Oh, nearly picked off by the defender. Yeah.
Almost picked off. He's doing the chicken dance.
They do have a large variety in the celebrations. I don't know if you've been noticing that.
Yeah, that was one of the features on the back cover.
Chicago ready
Exciting
for the
new
ninth
moves
play
and
of the drive.
celebrations.
So exciting.
Number
I'm excited.
44 to the outside.
I'm excited about my offensive line dominance for the majority of this game. Yeah, the NCAA footballs on PS2 are a lot of fun.
Play of this drive.
With Enos involved in the passing game. That's it. The game is over. And Curtis Enos is player of the game with the 137 rushing yards.
I would not have it any other way.
So, final vote for the people in the chat. Just say PS1 or PS2. What is the better NBA Live 2001 in your opinion? If you've played them, is it PS1 or PS2?
I assume we're waiting on their decision before you give your opinion about that.
Well, I've already gave it. Clarence Park, wow, PS2 for NBA Live. I'm really surprised. 3 in a row?
I think everybody's
SNES. And Adam's like, screw that game. I'm playing NBA Jam. Large Man says PS1. PS2.
It seems like the chat's choosing graphics over the gameplay.
I do think so. Well, Antonio at least says PS1 gameplay-wise, PS2 graphics-wise. But yeah, I'm telling you, the animations for dunking and getting into layups on NBA Live for 2001, it's like it doesn't even happen. It's really frustrating. So I guess the second question would be for Game Day. Which one, if you've played them, also if you viewed the stream of the last NFL Gameday 2001, which one do you think is better? PS1 or PS2?
Looks like we already have a vote for both of the games on
home to a
PS2.
whole host of fantastic
And it's like,
steakhouses
just look at the
and one
Buccaneers. They're the best
fantastic
team in the
football
game.
team, the Kansas City
NBA
Chiefs.
Jam
Today
T is the
they
best
take on
fighting
the
game for
Washington
Genesis.
Redskins. Well, these guys
I would
won't
agree.
provide any
It is called NBA
Still
Shove
feel
for a
that
reason.
one
The
of
only thing they're missing is fatalities, which the NBA would not have been okay with.
Well, the arcade version had fatalities in a way. You could put in a code, and when you pushed people, they would set on fire.
So everyone's saying Game Day 2001 on PS1 is better for the most part. Kayvon Dirk says PS2. Me and Kayvon Dirks are thinking the same. I think PS2 one is better. I think the games play similarly, and Game Day 2001 looks better on PS2. When we played, I thought it was fun. It was zoomed out a little bit too much, but I didn't feel like we weren't able to play the game properly or anything like NBA Live 2001 on PS2. You'll play those games in your first suit. Eli's all about the wolf life. Game Day 98 PS1. All right, so we're going to wrap this up. But Matt, are you going to be streaming tonight or tomorrow?
Tonight, I don't think so. Tomorrow, it's dependent on whether or not I make plans, so I can't promise
Look
anything.
at this guy. He's a piece.
Sunday, I have off. I could possibly stream during the day. We'll see.
All right, we may be back tomorrow night with some more streaming. It really depends. But thank you for watching tonight. Hope you had fun. Matt's drinking Gumball Head by Three Floyds, Munster, Indiana. It's a good wheat beer.
I dig it. It's my favorite from them.
Matt, do you have a channel? The chat's asking.
I don't have a current active channel. I am considering making the Lumberjack
Thank you,
Cracks
Easy49.
channel.
He's considering the Lumberjack Cracks channel. So we might be back tomorrow with another stream. We're trying to keep it going all this break. And
welcome to historic downtown Philadelphia. The NFL
cranking them out. We're having fun playing some sports games. So 1-1 Retro Sports League. Matt wins in NBA Live 2001. I win in NFL Game Day 2001. I don't have NHL 2K5, so I can't do it tomorrow. But if you have it, you could stream that game. And if you haven't already joined our Discord channel, we talk retro sports games pretty much all day, every day. So see you guys later. Thanks for watching and take care.